Okay, so I'm Grasswalker. Hello and welcome to the final match of the first stage of the upper bracket. We have for you on the Radiant side Sirius AI, who went 3-0 in Group D and won that group, against the runner-up for Group A. Not that one. On Edge AI Bot Experiment. Okay, edit. Okay, that's gonna have to be my local dev script then. I believe that's who they belong to. Small worry there, minor heart attack, but that should be fun. We'll kick this lobby off, get it started, and away we go. The winner of this game will be going ahead and playing off against Furious Puppy, and the loser of this game will be knocked into the elimination bracket, where they'll be playing against Extreme Push, which, to be honest, will likely represent a free win. Extreme Push looked like one of the worst teams in this tournament. Maybe they are mentally prepared themselves, but the bot that hasn't been updated since 2017, it did win the bot major in 2017, but it hasn't done anything since, and I think it might be a little bit washed up. We'll see if it can prove me wrong. But let's talk now about this game that we're watching now. Sirius has picked Mars, Axe, Shadow Shaman, Windrunner, and Mirana. I swapped some of the heroes around. On the Dire side, we have Pugna, Troll, Earth Spirit, Nyx, and Spirit Breaker. For the first time this tournament, we've seen a Spirit Breaker pick, and for the first time this tournament, we've got a Nyx pick. I think, I'm like 80% sure for the first time this tournament we're seeing a Mars. The games are really beginning to blend together now, and I apologise for that. But the other heroes, I'm fairly certain we've seen before. Pugna is a great choice in a bot game, and if they send it mid, I'm excited for that, which it looks like they plan to. Because this little nether ward that does damage on spellcasting, the bots struggle to deal with that, because they like to cast their spells, and they're not understanding that it's the ward that's killing them. If you can put down a clutch ward in a fight, the enemy team can easily do a couple thousand damage to themselves. And these are heroes that have lots of clickable spells. I mean, Mars has 3 spells that use mana, and you can click them all in a space of a very short amount of time. Windrunner is very happy to click spells and use mana. Mirana as well. If she leaps in and starstorms, all of a sudden she's doing 120 mana. The damage per mana 1.5. She's doing like 160 damage to herself on the jump in. Let's see how this goes. It looks like we've got a very passive rune situation here. No one running up to get anything dangerous. Oh my! Sirius AI has left the bounty rune. They go back and pick it up. Oh, yeah, they do go back and pick it up eventually. So that looks to be 3 runes for the Radiant side and 1 for Dire. Not the best thing that could have happened for Dire, but they're not going to be too upset about it. There wasn't any First Bloods or anything of the sort. So, let's get a look at these lanes. We've got Mars versus Pugna. I think this is relatively even, but it can favour the Mars, because Pugna, he can't do too much to stop you. I mean, even if you decrep him to stop him from right-clicking, he can still CS with the Spear or the Rebuke. Top lane, Nyx is an awful 5, but Mirana is a bad 4. So we've got a couple of dodgy supports, and then I feel like the thing is, right, Troll really wants to right-click people, and Axe enjoys being right-clicked. So unless you use the ranged axes to build up your further stacks, you probably don't want to run in and man up on an Axe and start hitting him 100 times, and he just spins and does the pure damage right back at you. Got a couple of Battle Hungers coming out already, and Radiant seems to be getting the best of the top lane. We'll see how that goes when they start leveling up. Meanwhile, we have a 1-position Windrunner. No, a 1-position Shadow Shaman. He's the one with all the farm. I do not like that. I don't think Shadow Shaman is a hero that you want to make your #1 hero, and I think that's going to come back and bite Sirius. we might be looking at the first team that won their group and is currently undefeated in this tournament. Might just be going home off the back of some of these dodgy picks. Agner's getting a little bit low mid. His farm is really bad. Man has 1 CS to Mars's 8. This little staircase causing a problem. First blood to Mars. 666 he says in the chat. Trying to summon Satan. But it looks like he's made a deal with the devil because that was a beautiful first blood by Mars. Picks up both water runes now. He'll be back at full health and full mana by the time Pugna TP's back to the lane. And I mean, Mars is crushed mid. There's nothing else to say about it. The man has 10 CS to Pugna's 1. Pugna missing that to get 2. The staircase causing a problem for Edge AI. Pugna cannot deal with the staircase. Ooh, charge in onto the Mars, but there's no way this is going to end well for them. What about the other lane, Mirana? She jumps in, but the troll, he's happy to man up on Mirana. Gives her the net. And sort of just chases him away. The ranged axes being thrown at Axe. It's a bit of axe on axe violence there. Both the supports looking for the bounty runes. I would have preferred a 1 Windrunner to a 1 Shaman. He's getting the farm. He has 14 CS, but are you going to matter in the late game? And the answer is probably not. There's nothing really that a Shadow Shaman that's a core does that a support Shadow Shaman can't do. He's top of the CS though, 17 and 8. Oh boy, he's getting fat. Struggling to CS for everybody except for the troll, it looks like. He's doing fine. He's well up there, but other lanes, no Pharmaco. Mirana, she jumps in. Love to see a cheeky little impale coming out on these heroes that are out of position. I'm loving Troll's wisdom to not man up on the axe and get spun on. I think he's doing a great job there. Carmen continuing to farm up. Charge on the Windrunner. Here comes the stone. It's kicked in. They want to get violence. Bash. The roll. Ooh, the shackle. Keeps this breaker away. Ooh, that right click. It was almost there. Now they got the bash on the Shaman. He's sort of left all by himself. And if this was another hero. Oh no. Troll dies. To the axe. We're trying to follow the action as best we can. But when there's this much action, there's only so much you can do. It looked like it was a couple of battle hungers. Beautiful impale. Onto 2 heroes. Bot's making some spicy plays. Troll's back, but he's not very happy now. He's a level behind. He wants to man up on the Mirana. He senses, which is killable. But that's a huge call. It's under creeps. There's the first spin. He's quite unlucky on those. Given that 3 or 4 creeps are hitting him, oh, beautiful impale again. Given that 3 or 4 creeps were hitting him, I would have expected at least 2 or 3 spins, but he just got the 1 in that whole exchange. Oh, Mirana jumps in, the call, they're on the troll. Beautiful impale! This Nyx, gorgeous play by him, saves the life of the troll. The graph is pulling further and further in the favour of Sirius AI. It doesn't matter that their picks are a bit goofy, because they're making it work. The Shadow Shaman having a decent game, 25 CS. Mars having an excellent game, 26 CS. Already got Treads working on... What's he working on? Can't be a dragon, a Yasha maybe? Sandra and Yasha could be his choice. Got a charge coming in on a catapult creep. The Axe would never expect that, but because of that, they don't really have any lockdown to stop him. Get the impale. He's spinning. Ooh, the stun. Starstorm. It's doing a bit of damage. Now they decide we'll clean up the Mirana instead. They charge the Mirana. Give it. Oh, she leaps! And she's fine too. Exceptional evasion from the Radiant side. Axe is going to salve up. He's going to be ready. Continue laning. A clear and dominant win in all 3 lanes, in all honesty. There's an argument that top lane broke even because the Troll and the Axe have the same CS. However, Mirana has 10, Nyx has nothing, and they got a kill on the Troll. So Radiant has won all 3 lanes quite clearly. Jump in Starstorm from the Mirana. This is like her thing. She's pulled this off a few times now. Ooh, Axe. He gets the call and the spin onto the Nyx. Cheeky little Spike Carapace gets a double stun going. He's still slowed and he doesn't have boots. Looks like a death for him, and it is. Mirana doing a great job this game. Windrunner wants to get aggressive on the Earth Spirit. Doesn't want to let him get any farm or levels. Shaman cleans up 4 creeps with the Ether Shock. Means that he's getting rich. They jump the Windrunner. Shackle, that's going to last 3 seconds. The bashes, can he get another? Out comes the evasion. Now it's time to see if he can clean up the Shadow Shaman. The hero doesn't really do anything to stop this from happening. The Hex is going to help. Ooh, the charge. Use the wand. They get him. And the problem is, if you've got, honestly, almost any core hero that isn't a Shadow Shaman and they've got 40 CS at 8 minutes and they've picked up some items, I don't think they die to this offlane duo. But Shaman's not a particularly defensive or escaping hero. He's kind of just dies if you go on him. And supports, that's not the end of the world, because you go on them, they die, it's the end of it, or they go on you, you hex one, put down your wards, die. You've done your job, you got your hex, you got your wards. You're the one pause? Like, you can't just die like that. Troll's struggling though. Double bounty runes available if he finds them. And he does. That's an injection of 90 per hero. 90 times 5, 450 gold. That's... Oh, and then another one. So, 135 per hero. They basically got like 600 gold. We'll see the graph sort of swing down because of that. Pugner, his farm is atrocious this game. Every time he thinks about getting sort of like a little right-click CS, he just sort of animation cancels and doesn't. And that has basically cost him the whole lane. Troll dies again, top. Axe and Mirana really punishing him. Oof. Edge AI needs to get their head in the game. I mean, they were at one point pegged as the favourite to win the whole tournament. Come second place in their group, and now it looks like they're going to the elimination bracket if this early game continues the way it's going. Axe and Nyx having a cheeky little dance. Meanwhile, Windrunner tanking a tower shot. Has the arcane rune. Axe and Nyx doing a cheeky little dance. I kind of want to watch how this plays out, because the Axe can absolutely kill this Nyx. Axe just tanks the tower as he runs under it. Treads, Bracer, level 7. The man doesn't give a damn. Meanwhile, a charge onto the mid lane, that's not going to work. You're only level 5. Mars is level 9. That's the best part of a Yasha. Oh dear. Got 5 brown boots on the Dire side compared to 3 upgraded boots and some other items on the Radiant side, and that's where your 5k gold lead is. Feeding more gold into the Mars. Let's have a look at net worth. Yeah, the Radiant cores are just so much bigger than the Dire cores. See if Edge AI can begin a comeback. The tower killing the siege creep is the best thing that can happen for them, because it means that this push top is so much weaker. Few heroes farming bot compared to nobody on the Dire side. Dire wanting to defend this tower.
Oh no.
It is a 4v2 up here. Roll, he nets the Axe. They've got the ult going. It's a lot of spins from the Axe. Starstorm, it drops as well. Axe is so low. Axe is dead. Mirana chasing onto the Earth Spirit, but that's not going to work. She comes up short. Now she's netted. She's right-clicked. And an exceptional comeback fight from Edge AI. They know they're not going to win an equal fight, so they just bring on 4 heroes to kill 2, and they get the 2 kills, and it's a 1k swing in their favor. We're going to see this on the graph in a second. Stems the bleeding. Now they're charging Windrunner. They've managed to kill bot at least once before. Down comes the Pugna Ward. Let's see how much damage it does to heroes. Shadow Shaman puts himself to half.
Mine is truly a blessed
Oh
life.
no, Spirit Breaker's trying to farm the wards. They jump the Shaman. The blast finishes him off. And that Shadow Shaman did a lot of damage to himself on the Pugna ward. And now Pugna can farm that ward. Pugna gets himself a huge amount of gold in this area. Mars could easily get this solo kill. Give him the arena, give him the spear, end his life. Chooses not to go for it. 400 gold swing, 300 gold into the Pugna, plus when he farmed the wards afterwards. Axe dies again! It's a trade for the Troll. Troll, however, he's manning up. The lifesteal. He's... Ooh. He was going man mode. The further stack's fully built up in the ult. And 1v3, like, he was going for it.
Nice try.
The jump in from the Mirana, an easy cleanup now. Spirit Breaker gets the return kill on the Mirana, but that was, that's just how much easier it is for Radiant with this gold lead to get 2 kills. They just rock up and do it. Dire, they have to really try for it. This could backfire for Radiant, however. They're tanking the tower. Now Dire's the one that's chasing a bit too far. If you start chasing under the tower with a 5k gold deficit, you're in trouble. Out comes the stone. Troll trying to man up on the axe, but you're barely tickling him. They are eventually going to put him low, but not low enough. Shackle comes out. Pulse of the Earth Spirit ultimate. I mean, I don't even know what that thing does. Like, I know it does pulsing damage, but other than that, I have no idea how it works. Axe gets caught now as well. However, the problem is you're manning up on a guy that likes to spin. Shackle on the Nyx. Ooh, almost a cheeky Shackle into arrow play. Axe gets the call, but everyone is sort of under the effect of the Pugna decrep. Out comes a huge fight. Troll, he ults, and during the ult he can't die. Ooh, I think that's a great fight for the Dire. Now they're going to farm up the wards, an injection of about 300 gold into their pockets. I can't wait to see this recap. I think it was a 3 for 2. The fight was long. It was a 3 for 2. 1k favor to the Dire, money into Troll and Pugna, a little bit into the Shaman. See the graphs. Not quite like coming back to Edge AI, but it is stabilizing at least. This push. Got a lot of stuff happening mid. Spirit Breaker cancels his charge, but he will use his ultimate. Now he's kind of stuck in the middle of 3. He is quite tanky though. Mars ult used on him. They're all under the tier 1. Triple kick stone from the Earth Spirit. Ooh, the spear back the other way kills off the Troll. Now we've got 2 invis heroes trying to run away. Kick of the stone again. They're all so low. If they use spells, they will die here. Pugna ward, it's there. Stun and a suck. The Nyx Pugna combo. They found the Shadow Shaman. Earth Spirit, can he get this, or is he just dead to the spear? Windrunner picks him off with a right click now. Spirit Breaker's back in. He's respawned. He's diving the tier 1. Pugna Blast puts the Shadow Shaman at like 3%, but the Spirit Breaker was just too deep for too long. Now it's a Pugna Blast for the ages. Pugna with a double kill. The fight's been going on for 5 minutes. Ah. ASCI faces posted by Sirius AI as they know that that wasn't in their favor. 3 for 4. 1k gold bonus for the Dire. And the lead is beginning to disappear. Pugna, a great pushing hero. Troll, a great pushing hero. They have a catapult. Axe is here. Troll, looks like he wants to man up on the tower a little bit. Looks like he really wants to man up on the Mirana though. Paul, gonna force the Troll to man up. He's wasting most of his ult, but can he go man mode on the axe? He can, gets the axe kill. Before
are fortified.
dying? He does die in the end. There's so many projectiles chasing him. Pugna Ward's down. They're all in. They're using spells. Using the spells kills you. If there was an Impale, that could have saved Pugna. Huge fight for the Radiant side now. Basically a 3 for nothing. Like, the Axe died, but that doesn't feel like it was part of the same fight, because Axe dies, Troll's running away, gets picked off, and then 2 heroes get picked off separately. There's like a 1 for 1 followed by a 2 for 0, but the fight recap counts as a 3 for 1. Tower taken by the Radiant. First tower of the game. Might I let you know? Charge onto the Mars. He's horrifically out of position. Spirit Breaker pushes him back into the team. The Mars is tanky, but is he tanky enough to survive this? Arrow slips past. He's invis now. And without detection, Mirana saves this Mars. Huge fight breaks out. The invis heroes getting ambushed a little bit. Impale onto the Mirana, as does the roll from the Earth Spirit come out. And Mirana will fall. All of that just for a Mirana kill. Oh yeah.
What a bounty!
I'm gonna lose my voice this game. But Impale on the Windrunner, easy pick off for her, and now 2 more kills go in the way of Edge AI. Got 33 kills in 18 minutes. So basically I'll kill every 30 seconds. I can feel my voice is like, bro, what's going on? Axe runs into 5. It's not the early game anymore. You're dead. Mars runs into 5. It's not the early game anymore. You're not as good as you used to be. Arena onto 4. They don't really understand how to deal with the Arena, so they are killing themselves to the Arena. Mirana TP's into the middle of 3. She gets impaled. They have a beautiful shackle onto the Pugna, and that's the kill for him. 3 kills for the Radiant side. The Mars Arena is causing huge problems for Edge AI. They just run into it and die. It's the same issue we've got on the other side, where Pugna's ward, they just cast spells and they kill themselves. Troll needs to decide, is he in on Mirana or is he out? I think he could have got that kill there if he decided. If he went man mode. Ooh. 6k gold lead for the Radiant side. It's always been in their favour, but it's never felt like this was a free win. This game's had so much back and forth. Huge Impale onto the Mars. He's under the tower, but the tower's not hitting him. It's hitting creeps. He's going to get away. Earth Spirit fighting onto the Windrunner. She's quite low, actually. Earth Spirit could have kicked that Mars back into the team, but kicks Stone into the Mars. Gives him the stun. Mars is very low and dies. So we've got a bit of a comeback here. Edge AI always with a little bit of a comeback, but can they get the full comeback? Axe finds himself a pig pole. It's one thing that Sirius is good about, and it's jungling for neutrals.
Radiant's middle tower.
I don't know if Edge AI is gonna jungle for neutrals. They probably should if they want to win this game, because if you don't respect tier 2 or especially tier 3 neutrals, it can be bad. Axe hexes himself. Ooh, and those wards are going to clean that up. I don't know if you want to fight under the wards. Casual shackle onto the Troll. He's tanking the wards. Pugna's going to die as well. Troll can man up an ult, but I don't think this is going to end too well for him. He does get a kill on the Mirana, but it's a complete waste of time. 2 for 1. 2 calls for Mirana. I don't think Radiant minds that one bit. Axe very eager on this pig pole. Looks like he's working towards maybe a Vanguard, maybe a Lotus. Nick's way out of position for way too long. You can get an Impale on 4, sir. You are gonna die. I don't know why I chose like this zoomed out camera showing this. I felt like there should be Dire heroes here running in to save him, but no one was close. Earth Spirit pushing the top tower with the siege creep. Mars is going to come in and try and rain on this parade.
Every coin helps.
Tower's hitting the Earth Spirit, so's the Mars. Can the Earth Spirit get away? He's got to roll soon. And he can also just walk. That worked too. Troll manning up on the axe. Just needs a net. There's the net. And now the fervor. Oh boy, is it going off. Axe turns himself into a pig. We've got a push from the dire side. The top push seeming like it was just bait to bring 3 heroes up top to enable the bot push. Axe's Vanguard's finished. He's a lot tankier now. I'd love to see Pugny use the blast on the tower. There it is. This tower should melt. They're not hitting it. Just hit it, please. Just hit the tower, please. It would already be dead. Axe is running in. Almost gets a call on 4 heroes, but dies before he can get it. Spillet trolling the Mirana, but it'll cost him his life. He sort of rolled in, punched her, tried to roll out, and he died. The Mars ult. They don't know how to deal with the Mars ult. It's the first Mars we've seen this tournament because bots, they don't know how to play it, and they don't know how to play against it. But we could watch Sirius AI clean up this tournament if they pick Mars against every other team. Bot tower, it never fell. Impale the whip. Here's that moment. If you don't have that neutral item, I think the Nyx is away. But because you have that whip, I think that's the reason the Nyx dies here. Power. 1/3 HP. Spirit Breaker, he charged in. Mirana's taking a lot of damage from that tower. Out comes the stone, and you've got a 1-position Shadow Shaman who looks like he's going to get picked off by a couple of supports. Gets forced under the tower, and yeah, a couple of right clicks and he's dead. 300 gold for the Nyx, but it was 700 gold for the Shadow Shaman. Oh, still on the old recap. Love this. Troll, he wants some of them cheeky neutral items. Oh, that ward is beautiful. The lifesteal on the axe. It's not causing spins, but it is causing him to die. Mars under the tier 1. It's tanky, but he's not tanky enough to survive 5. He's dead. 4 neutral items on the Radiant, none for the Dire. We saw Troll think about jungling. He did jungle this 1 Ogre Bruiser to half. Windrunner way out of position. She's dead too. And Edge AI says, why would we jungle creeps when we can jungle heroes? That doesn't make any sense. But Axe is next to die as they see him running in. He's half health. It's an easy kill. All of a sudden this whole lead is disappearing. The drop off, it's huge. Edge AI, the comeback is real. Shadow Shaman's next to die as he runs in all by himself. Mirana's here. The Shackle's here. The ward is up. If you cast spells, it is going to hurt you. Troll, he's building up the further stacks. It's cleaning up the wards, but I'm not sure if that's the right move. He dodges the arrow. Cheeky. Axe is spinning. He really wants this Shadow Shaman, but he can't quite get him. Finds a Mars, and now he's dead. What an awkward fight for the Dire side. Oh, wow. He's got all 12 fire of the further stacks. I mean, he might be able to man up. No, he doesn't look like he wants to. Yeah, if you're that dead, you may as well try manning up and seeing what happens, because the runaway is not going to work there. Thankfully, Radiant gets their lead back. 5k, 25 minutes. Kick in on the stone, it hits 3. Spirit Breaker punches someone in. Out comes the Impale. Mars has Arena. If he puts it down, it's a team wipe because they don't know how to deal with the Arena. They're trying to chase the Windrunner, but they're just dying to the Arena. It's a disaster. Spirit Breaker, the cheekiest little charge away I've ever seen. What's he charging? He's charging mid. Well, he charges a neutral. That could have, like, accidentally jungled him something. Oblivion Staff looks like he wants the Echo Saber. We haven't really talked about any of the items. Talked about the Vanguard earlier. We did get Sanjin Yasha on a Troll. Aether Lens on Pugna. Couple damage Mars hunting for that Spirit Breaker. Nyx wants an Aether Lens. 4 Staff on Earth Spirit. Echo Saber finished for the Breaker. Windrunner wants Glimmer Cape. Mirana has a Dragon Lance and seems to want an Atos. Atos is finished as I say that. Crimson Guard on the axe. Sanjin Yasha, Blade Mail, Hood Mars. This Mars is huge. And he finds that breaker. One more right click and it's done. The lead is back to 6k. Edge AI, they clawed it down to a 3k lead. Got a weird fight happening bot. The troll, he ults. And he's absolutely cutting this Mirana down. Mirana will die in the end. Cleaned up. Troll looking for a BKB now, and that will be a game-changing item. There are items that you can build that are like, eh.
Fortunes change.
And there are items you can build, and they will change the shape of the entire game. BKB on Troll, that's a game changer. Magna Blast almost accidentally jungles 5 creeps. Troll wants to man up on the tower. The tower is dead. So now this fight gets a little bit awkward. The ward isn't down. So the Shadow Shaman gets a free kill on the Pugna. Troll needs to get out. Off he goes. Mars trying to kill the Earth Spirit. Meanwhile, Axe getting caught. The Troll's like, listen, I can't do anything bot, but I can get a kill top. The Axe is so tanky. The spins might cause a problem. Okay. I think there's a cooldown on the spin. 0.3 seconds. So even if the Troll's hitting you 15 times a second, you can't do too many spins. That gives Troll the second part of this BKB. Top tower falls for the favor of Sirius AI.
Regeneration.
What a game. Oh my, this upper bracket has been beautiful so far. I want this tier 2 as well. Earthspirit doesn't want them to get the tier 2, but he can't stop him by himself. Troll, Pugna, and Earthspirit. Now they might be able to get a defense. 3v3. The rock's kicked. They're silenced. Pugna Blast. The ward is down. Mars' ult. It's up in 3 seconds, but is he going to live long enough to get there? He is. Arena's available, but Shadow Shaman's dead. It could cut. Oh, he's got no mana now. Mana up in 3 seconds. Your 1 position Shadow Shaman's dead. And it costs you... Oh, it's too far to see. It's Spirit Breaker going in on the Mars. Don't know if this is what he wants to do. That Shadow Shaman kill costs you 1,000 gold swing. Breaker successfully bashing the Mars, but knocks him to the low ground. Low ground and invisible. He's just going to run away. Oh my. What a game. Windrunner. Limmer's up. Very scared. Now you got tier 3 on the Mars. That'll change the game a little bit. Troll after the Windrunner. Charge is here. Is it going to get there in time? It does! Beautiful. No neutral items for the dire side. That could be what they're missing here. Because your gold lead, it's not just 6k. A blast rig, probably worth a couple thousand. Enchanted Quiver, probably worth like a good 1,200 gold. I'm pretty sure people would pay 1,000 gold for a bullwhip. Pig pole, it's not worth that much. I mean, it's half an ultimate orb, so it's probably worth 1,000 gold. So the neutral item on every hero, 6k lead, closer to an 11k lead. I'm gonna get stuck in the ult. The Mars ult causing more and more problems for the dire side as they just don't know how to deal with it. BKBs will help, because it means they won't need to know how to deal with it. Oh my god, we're missing every kill. Axe is now tanky enough that he might be able to spin to win this whole thing. Between the wards and the call, Spirit Breaker, he's charging away. Oh my lord. Troll dies mid.
Oh, glorious day!
What, to Shadow Shaman? I mean, so it was the wards. He just ran back into the wards and died. Plays like that are gonna cost Dire the game. I've got another fight breaking out top. Less of a fight, more of Mirana just getting killed. Come on, just get yourselves these neutral items. We have an Aquila on the Earth Spirit, so finally something. They have a stacked camp. I think if you clear this stack, like 4 items would drop. Rock kicked, but the pipe keeps all the creeps alive. Breaker cancels his own charge. He exists solely to shackle himself onto the Earth Spirit. Ooh, a huge impale onto 2 heroes and 2 illusions. Blast. Windrunner's quite low. Mars is trying to man up. He's getting sucked off. The suck off goes through his bulwark. Between the impale, the roll, he does tight. It's a massacre middle lane for the Radiant. You get the Spirit Breaker, but that's not worth it. 1,500 gold swinging towards the Dire side, and this back and forth continues to swing back and forth. Double damage on the Nyx. Please, Dire, run into the jungle and start hitting some creeps. You need that so badly. You need these neutral items so badly. Just go get them. Radiant actively jungling. We see Axe clearing out a camp. Mirana clearing out a camp. Tier 2 pushes here. Shadow Shaman forces in whilst invis to give him a little bit of confusion. They're manning up on the tier 2 tower. I'd love to see a glyph from the Radiant side here. That tower's dead before they find the button.
Middle tower has fallen.
Now Dire's thinking of high grounding, but I do not like this. You got a shackle out. Got the stone kicked in. Windrunner sort of pulled into the rest of the team. But between all of the shackles and the wards, it's a little bit of a disaster for the Dire side. They clear up the shamans, it's 2 for 1, then they clear up the wards. In terms of gold, I reckon it's about even. In terms of the map, it's not good for the Dire side, because you're still trying to push mid, but now the big heroes are here. Arena's out. Troll manning up on the axe, causing him to spin a lot, and he's dead to a power shot. Ult was not available. Oh no. Lead the furthest it's ever been for Sirius AI. About 9k at 30 minutes. Pugnet stuck on the stairs. He's dead too. You just can't be there. A 4-staff's nice, but it can't be there, sir. Shackle from the wind. The push away from the Mars, that's questionable. Right, between a call and a call out of Seb! Clearly inspired by former OG player Seb. I mean, he's a current OG player when he stands in at majors, which he does on the regular. Some weird movement from both teams now. Mars looks like he wants to catch some heroes. Cheeky Yules. I do not know if Nyx and Earthspirit have the damage to man up on a Mars though. And Mars, sure enough, he's killing him 1v2. Windrunner will get here now. That Earthspirit is so low. 2-man impale. Nyx trying to run. Nyx dies. Spirit Breaker turns up, but for what purpose? Troll turns up, but they're just running in 1v1. Troll, BKBs, he's manning up on the axe. The ult's available for whenever he wants it. He's the only hero here now. Hexed. Jack will soon follow. He pops the ult. I do not like that. You're not doing any damage, Troll. Shackled and dead. They're just not willing to wait for all 5 heroes to be back before they take these fights. Breaker charging out of the fountain towards bot. Ugna's Atos, he's in the arena, he's dead. And Sirius AI looking like they could just throw him right now. I mean, you've got double catapults, you've got all the heroes in the base, your tanky is all hell. Cheeky glyph! I would have loved to see the Radiant counter glyph so that none of the creeps died. That cheeky glyph helps. Cracks are definitely still falling. Tier 4s might just survive though. Sirius is going for it. They want that end. Sirius is a team that they sense the win, they go for that win. They don't fuck around. Catapults are going to finally stop hitting building. So now your catapults are on the tier 4s. And with 5 heroes and 2 catapults hitting the tier 4s, they die.
Dire's middle
Throne
tower
is exposed.
has
You've
fallen.
still got 12 seconds to end it with the Shadow Shaman wards. This is it. Clean up for Sirius AI. Edge with moments of
Radiant
life,
victory.
but at no point were they truly winning this game. They were just trying to get the comeback going. In the end, no comeback for them. Have a little bit of a look at the post-game screen to decide who our MVPs of this game were. I mean, the Mars has to be the MVP for the Radiant side. That was a great pick. Realizing that Edge AI has no idea how to deal with Mars ult. First Mars of the tournament, it's bold to pick something that hasn't been picked before because you don't know if it's going to work, and it worked. The guy went 12, 4, and 15, 27, 4. Excellent work. He was involved in about 75% of the kills. Good job by him. On the other side of things, I think I'm going to give it to the Earth Spirit. Now, I'm a big support player, so I've got a lot of respect for support players. In a game where his team died 44 times in 36 minutes, Earth Spirit basically didn't die this game. 5 deaths. That's tied for second lowest on the whole map. Mars with the least, Windrunner and Earth Spirit with the second to least. Of the 35 kills his team had, he was involved in 24. So he was involved in a good 66-70% of the kills his team had. And I think he did his job. I think he did everything he needed to do this game. He put down wards, he popped his dusts, and his hero damage was way up there with the cores. He was also the only one to jungle for a neutral, so I've got a bit of bias there for him. I've given it to the Earth Spirit. In terms of the graphs, we can see that at no point ever was Edge AI in a winning position this game, but they did repeatedly get good fights. They did repeatedly have excellent pickoffs, and they refused to let Sirius run away with the game. And you can see that the graph is a very slow incline upwards until the end, where it's done for after one big fight and they just thrown it. But Edge AI, they were hanging in there, but they did not look like favourites to win the whole tournament in this game, and the analyst not earning his bread money there. Radiant Hero is so far ahead in the laning stage. I mean, it's just Troll up there, but Troll's not even breaking the 3k mark. But you've got 3 heroes on the Radiant side, way above the 3k mark. You can see that these 3 Radiant heroes stay up. The Axe starts feeding a little bit. Pugna gets a bit of a comeback. Troll gets a bit of a comeback. But the Mars was just huge the whole game. Excellent game. I think both sides will be happy with their performances, but Edge AI will not be happy with the result. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next for some lower bracket elimination games. Bye.